Yeah, you have to teach
8 credits.
8 credits to get medical benefits and retirement benefits. Seven at West
here.
Oahu, okay.
Well, I think the problem is kind of like the union coverage issue, because I think they basically lowered the loading credits. Make it 3. Every instructor does this because essentially the reason they're doing this, right, is they're not covered by union benefits, so it's the economic reason.
Mhm.
And if union extends the scope and coverage of the contract to the instructors, kind of like one credit, that eliminates the economic basis.
That's something.
Well, that's something for negotiations, and that's, the tricky wicket there.
Sorry, I'd like to, if possible, chime in and add something on the same theme. I've seen, from what I see, a lot of times I feel like we're setting up our lecturers to fail. We scramble at the very last minute to add classes and hire them 2 weeks before the semester starts, 1 week before the semester starts, but we say, if you don't get enough enrollment, your class is going to be canceled anyway. Then sometimes we don't have office space for them. We don't have copy room access. We don't have mailroom access for them. We've had these issues in the past year. Hopefully it'll be resolved this year. We'll see. But then the students, I think, sense this. My faculty member has a last-minute slap-together syllabus, or my instructor, I should say, doesn't have an office for office hours. And also, a lot of our first-year students, the administration and student service is so concerned about student retention, a lot of our first-year students are taking classes entirely taught by lecturers, because oftentimes we're hiring lecturers to staff the lower division gen ed classes. So they could get a whole collection of people hired at the last minute. So it's not a critique of the capabilities of the lecturers per se, but rather the situation we're putting them, or thrusting them into. So I would wonder if there's anything UPA can do to press the administration at the various campuses to make sure that people are properly notified of their, the availability of a class or position, and that they're ensured they're guaranteed office space and copy room access and mailroom access and all these things, that they're provided with some kind of orientation, which we just did this week, which is a step in the right direction. So those are also some of my concerns. I don't know if UPA can help. But my summary of that then would be, efforts to secure resources for lecturers. And that doesn't take away, I absolutely agree with my colleagues, the big picture view of the need to create more tenure track jobs, absolutely. But this is an additional related concern of mine.
Well, thank you. I know at Kapilani, something similar happened with your HR and
With what?
with the positions you're.
Well,
talking about the
I've been
hard
working
time.
with Jim Cart, trying to work with, I've been working with Jim Kardash, trying to work with the KCC administration. We've had grotesque problems with our human resource department, which culminated in the entire department walking out on May 1st. But over the past academic year, there have been problems with lecturers. These are long-term lecturers. So this is so complicated an issue, because these are issues I experienced when I was lecturing at Manoa, and tenured faculty were telling me I couldn't use the computer rooms, I couldn't use the Xerox machines. I think the chair of the department at one point took the phone out of my office, took my office out. I had a corner in the TA's office. So these aren't new problems. Lecturers need to know that they can go to the union when they have an issue. I took very great advantage of when I thought my situation was bad, of going down and getting the union to support me, and getting other administrators to support me too. When I was denied access to the Xerox machine, I went to the dean, and the dean said, that's crazy. So, we've got to be our own advocates in some sense. I don't want to say that, because I know there's vulnerabilities and people want to get hired again, but I think we have to be our own advocates and stand up for what we think is necessary for us to do the job we're hired to do, and demand it. We need the support of the full-time faculty as lecturers for that.
Right, I'm full-time and tenured at Maui College, and I share my office with 3 lecturers, just because we're trying to create space, and it seems to work, and that was my way of trying to step up and help a little bit. And I was going to say something else, and after I said that, that completely left my train of
Well,
thought.
the other thing I want to say is there are Article 13 of our contract is a really amazing article as regards, faculty contracts across the nation. It is a contract that acknowledges temporary faculty, that has provisions in it for lecturers, but, it's not the newest of the new lecturers. To get them one-year contracts, to get them 1 to 3 year contracts, I think they need the support of the tenured faculty to help advocate for them to administration, because our administration isn't going to go to a lecturer that's meets the criteria for a 1-year contract and say, oh, it's time for your 1-year contract. It's really up to the department chairs and the faculty to say, help them keep up with it and make them aware of what provisions there are to help them. And then we have to try and strengthen those in the next round of bargaining, I think. Absolutely.
I have to agree with, I'm the chair of the business department, and all of us, we work as a team. We need lectures, we sit down, we talk about it, what do we need? And if there's issues, it's my job as a chair to go to the administration and tell them this is what we see and what we need. So I think the bottom line to all of this is go to your chair, find out what the problem is, see if he or she can resolve it. That was more where we taking hold of all the issues that are taking place within this whole parameter. Then if need be, then the union will come in if we can't get it done. That's my take on the whole thing.
Go ahead, you have someone over here.